Hi guys, it's Mahia serving you the shoulder look with my very first YouTube video. So if you are interested on achieving this look, let's get right to it. Today I am going to show you a very easy tutorial. It's basically my everyday look, which I use before I go to work. What? I'm going to show you an everyday look that I use for work. And it's super simple. The catch is it's a look that doesn't hinder the care of my lash extensions. Can you see them? Can you see them? These are lash extensions done by Kirsty. I'll leave her Instagram, what do they call it, baby? Handle? I'll leave her Instagram handle down below in the description for you guys to check out. I do want to apologize for any audio that you hear outside of this room. This is basically the setup that I have, but we are working on getting a better setup. So bear with me if you hear cats meowing, cats running down the hall, cat food containers spilling all over the place, etc, etc. The first step that I do every morning is I moisturize my lips. Now this is very important because I do have very dry lips, so by the time I apply a lipstick, it'll already be primed by then. We are using the Rosebud Salve from the Rosebud Perfume Company. I actually already do have some on prior to filming this, so we're just gonna go on to the next step, which is my eyelash extension. Now what's very important when you are trying to take care of your lashes is to brush them out. Take a clean spoolie, any kind of spoolie works, and then I just go ahead and brush them out, doing my best to separate the lashes and then lift them back up to get it to its original position. If you are interested in a more in-depth video of how I take care of my lash extensions, because these are about a week old, let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to film a video about that. Next is brows. I am using the ColourPop brow pencil in black and brown. I just brush it through. I don't do any heavy duty filling in the brows. If I'm just going to work, and then I'll lightly fill them in. Making sure to outline the area where I want to grow the thickness of the brow. Always be sure to also brush as you go. So these are my brows after I've filled them a little bit. I do have different techniques to doing my brows. This is basically doing the least. I'm only going to work, you know, but still want to be approachable. A little bit of brow. Wanting to look professional, you know? Now I'm going to prime my face. I should have done this before the eyebrows. I forgot. We're going to be using the Maybelline New Master Prime, the Blur and Illuminate. This one has the SPF 30, and the reason I use this one because I do go outside when I go to work. I park and I you guys know what I mean. Anyway, I don't apply too much, just a little dollop. Take it off my hand and I just dot it around. The problem with SPF is that it does have that tacky feeling, which I don't really care for. But I am trying to build a better habit at taking care of my skin when it comes to the sun. Down the neck. Now I'm nice and illuminated. Next step is concealing the eyes, or rather highlighting my eyes, brightening my eyes. I'm Scottish now. I'm taking the Clinique Beyond Perfecting 2-in-1. Take the applicator and I dab just a couple of drops. We're going to take my Morphe G34 brush to blend this concealer out. Bringing that concealer up top to where the eyebrows are. Going as close to the brow bone as possible. And when I do get closer to my lash extensions, instead of keeping the brush tilted upwards, I'm going to start tilting it downwards and come from above. Lightly tapping it, thinning out the product. You can use a smaller buffing brush, which will probably give you a lot more accurate of an application, but I just like how fast this one is. I'm going to set that concealer using the RCMA powder using the M562 brush. Now, I don't care for the packaging of this powder because it's just too clunky, so I transfer it to this old Master Fix Face Studio powder. And that way I can just put little, I don't have to have a clunky mess everywhere. Just swirl the top, tap the excess, lightly dust where I popped that concealer. Not too much. Now I'm going to be applying foundation. I am using the L'Oreal Infallible Collection. Pro Glow, I'm using the 212 shade, then the Infallible Total Coverage 310. I'm just going to take a little bit of both. The reason why I use both formulas is that I just like how moussey of a texture it creates as it applies to my skin personally. I just take my finger to mix that. Because the Total Coverage is more of a thicker substance, like I'm applying goo on my face, which I am. Who's that Power Rangers movie, that purple guy?
I don't know any of their names.
Anyways, I do have to do a tapping motion, more of a swirling. Well, actually a combination of both. And there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and dot it all around my face. I'm not really going for a full coverage look. I do have problematic skin, but this is more of a everyday wear. I don't prefer covering the imperfections unless I'm really trying to give it my all. You know what I mean?
I need some more support, baby.
Take it down the neck. I'll take my beauty blender, well, Real Techniques blender, and I blend. Trying to get an even application. You see how it gets a little splotchy towards the end because there's not a lot of product there. What I do is I take the remaining product that's like etched on my hand. I know this is a little bit crazy, but I'll go ahead and mimic the beauty blender of a hand. And then I go ahead and blend that. Next, I'm going to jump back into the Clinique concealer. And then I'm going to now highlight and conceal the under eyes. Dot this across the face. Take it down the nose a little bit. Up the forehead. Down the chin a little. If you're feeling crazy. Down here. What the heck? Live your life. Take that same blender. You just start blending. As you can see, my eyebrows did get washed away a little in the process of the foundation, but that's okay. When everything is done, we can go back in and fix that with our brow pencil. After the concealing is done, I'm going to go ahead and jump back into the setting powder to set my under eyes right away because that does tend to crease almost instantly. Take a little bit on the blender, and I'm just going to dab a little bit. Now, because I'm only applying a little bit, I will go ahead and just press it into the skin. Now we're going to jump into the eyes. Now I'm going to jump into this palette, which I've been using throughout the video, which is the LC Cosmetics Minimalist palette. This is actually one of my favorite palettes because the packaging is stunning. It's so simple, yet so buildable. You can do a gajillion looks with it. And these are the shades. Where's my brush? Shit. Now I'm going to take the shade Tone Up, which is this shade right here. Take a little on the brush to work a transition on the lid. Going above the crease and just lightly working the shadow. You know, for having contacts, I still can't see shit. You think I need a better prescription, baby?
Yeah.
Oh no. Or maybe it's because my mirror is super dusty. I forgot to tell you guys what brush I was using. What brush was I using? I don't remember. It was one of these brushes. Either the E27 or the E23.
Just name one. Just do one.
I'm not going to lie to them. I'm going to go in with the M412. We're going to create a little bit more depth on this transition. I'm going to tap into warmth, and then I'm actually going to go right underneath that light transition color.
Can you talk? It's so quiet. I'd like my more neutral color.
So this is actually my first YouTube video, guys, and it's pretty nerve-wracking. Like, you can imagine yourself talking to yourself or talking to the camera. You're like, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna explain this, I'm gonna talk about this. But
I know.
I think what I'm doing is okay.
Okay.
Do you want to come up on this video? Alright. Sit your ass down. Once you start talking from the camera, it's easier said than done. It's so nerve-wracking. And by the time I edit this video, it's probably going to be horrendously sloppy. But you gotta start somewhere, right? I'm going to take the ColourPop K-pop collection in Bronzy. As you can see, this one is easily abused. Used and abused. Taking quite a bit on this brush. And then
You have to show your brush.
E27. Morphe E27. And then I'm actually going to dab this downwards on the eyelid. This is just to create I guess you could say, diffused glow on the lid. Because I don't want it too packed on, but I still want to have that bronze look. Is anybody else out there trying to get onto YouTube but is too scared to? Just do it. If you have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a friend that is willing to help you, that helps a lot because it is stressful. There's the eye look. Now I do have to go through my lash extensions another time because after all that shading, it does tend to get messy. That's okay. Just gotta brush it through again. Do you guys remember when I told you that my eyebrows got washed out during the foundation process? I'm just gonna go ahead and fill that in again. Who here also has asymmetrical brows? Because I feel like if I could have an award for that, that is all me. Even when I do my eyebrows, it still doesn't come out the way I would like them to. So during my makeup, the whole spiel, I have to keep doing them. Like you. Now the final step is lips. Taking the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. I am in love with these lipsticks. When my first shade that I tried was Fighter, I think. After that, obsessed, bought like 5 more shades. This is actually, I think, one of my recent shades, but this one is called Protector. Got this one because I saw I Love Sarahi's Instagram picture and it looked bomb. This is how the applicator looks like. Filming this video alone, I can already list more than 5 things I need to work on. One of them being too much of this going on. Too much fidgeting. The more precise application, I'll take it slow. Flip it to the other side. There's the shade look. It is impossible to explain what I'm doing as I'm applying my lipstick. If you are interested in knowing what I do to create this specific shape, as far as the sharp cupid's bow, the slight overlining, let me know in the comments down below. This specific formula, you do want to allow it to dry a little bit before you talk or before you move your mouth, because you just want to allow it to dry flat as much as possible. You know, does that make sense? So for the last final touches, this is optional. I'm going to take a highlighter and shine that face up. I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Master Chrome Face Studio. There's a reason why everybody says that this is their favorite. It's because it's legit. It's super legit. It's super blingy. This is how it looks like. And this one is in the Molten Gold. Using the Morphe E61 brush. Tap off the excess. And just get on that. Swirl it around. Take it up. Heck, we're just gonna add a little bit more because that's the life I'm trying to live.
Cause I'm trying to shine.
I'm just trying to shine for the haters. And if you are really feeling that spotlight, Do that chin, girl. Do that chin, chin. Do that chin, girl. Do that chin, chin. I know I said the last and final step would have been the highlighter, but I forgot a crucial, very crucial point. The under mascara. Guys, you can't have, I mean, maybe you can, and some people dig it, you make it work. But if you do have eyelash extensions, you want to balance it out by giving that bottom lash line a little oomph. For me, someone who doesn't have eyelashes, you need it. I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot. Now, like I said, this is important for me to do because I do not have bottom lashes at all. If you are like my girlfriend who has lashes for days, maybe this step isn't necessary for you, but for me, it is. I want to be able to share my art, my creations, my experiences with you guys, what I learned from them, how I grow from them, altogether my journey with makeup, life, etc., music, hey. I do want to end this video with a little inspiration for you guys, which I like to call Inspire to Aspire. Is that a thing? If it's a thing, I'm not the creator of it, but it's just something that came up. Anyways, Inspire to Aspire. I was inspired to start my YouTube video for various reasons. The passion behind it, the urge to just get it out there. And that inspired me to do it. I mean, it took a while for me to get there, and if you are inspired to do the same thing, just aspire to do it. Just do it. This video could be the messiest, but with each video that you do, it'll get better. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Turn on those post notifications to stay updated on when I'll post next. Until then, guys, stay hungry, but stay humble. Don't forget to turn on those post notifications. Oh, I didn't grab the brush yet. Damn it.
You're supposed to be ready.
I'm not ready, okay?
You want me to cut?
Yeah, cut. A little applicator. Oh my god! What the fuck is that? My lips will already be.
So ugly. Okay, ready to go.